Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to another movie review. Back onto the Child's Play franchise. Um, now this one, like I said from the previous review, this one's gonna be a rant because this film is a total absolute piece of shit. Uh, okay, let's just get on with it. So yeah, move on to Seed of Chucky. Released in November 2004. Directed by Don Mancini, who's written on all the Child's Play films. First time directing. David Kershaw comes back as producer. Don Mancini not only directed, but he also helped write it. Like I said before, he wrote on all of the Child's Play films, including directing in this one. This movie sucks. Straight out, this movie sucks. But the positives I will say, Brad Dourif, once again, he does good as the voice of Chucky. I like the gore. And even I didn't even mind the character of Glenn, the Glenn character, the father slash the son slash daughter of Chucky and Tiffany, voiced by Billy Boyd. I didn't mind the character of Glenn and slash Glenda. And that's pretty much about it. Why this film sucks a lot? Well, first off, Don Mancini he takes most of the blame for it because he's saying, oh, I really think it was after Child's Play 2 or 3, ran out of ideas, so they decided to go the comedy way. Then they came Brad Chucky, and then he goes and directs this piece of crap. Okay. And when the film came out, of course it got negative reviews. Debuted at number 4, made a budget of $12 million and made $24 million. So overall it was a modest success, but it didn't matter. It made more than Child's Play 3, which is the least successful in the franchise. Which Child's Play 3 is a much better movie than this. Even Child's Play 2, by far. But it doesn't even touch on the first one, because it's still the best one in the series, because the first one most times is always the best. And also it not only takes blame for directing, but also writing as well. And this is a 4.9 IMDb, the same rating as Child's Play 3, which Child's Play 3 deserves a much more higher rating than this film, and even much more lower ratings on IMDb. But this film has a 32% of Rotten Tomatoes, which is much higher than Child's Play 3, which is a 23%, which I completely disagree on. This deserves a 23%, while Child's Play 3 deserves the 32%, because this is called bullcrap on that. This Child's Play 3 is a much better sequel than Seed of Chucky for its dark and straightforward horror. So, getting to the plot, I get to explain what's the negatives and the positives. Okay, it opens because it takes place after the events of Bride of Chucky, when Tiffany gave birth to, which supposedly is a son named Glenn at the end of the film, and then he has nightmares. In the beginning of the film, he has nightmares of him killing the parents of this girl that the girl got him as a gift, a birthday present. Then he kills both of the parents, and that's his nightmare. And of course, the thing is, he always he has a habit of pissing his pants. Then he's owned by this guy where it was in England. I think it was. I don't remember because in the nightmare the family was British, so I think he was in England where he is from this guy that was with him owns him. He wants to know he doesn't know what he is. He doesn't and he wants to find out where his parents are. And he finds out that Chucky and Tiffany are in Hollywood, and so he leaves the. I think he had the amulet with them, but I don't remember. Because this film is a forgettable sequel, and I forget most of the things already, and I don't blame myself because this film was such a forgettable film, and I wouldn't care to forget stuff in this film. I want to, but I think he had the amulet. He took it with them, or they had. I can't remember. So he makes himself. He goes all the way to Hollywood, and it shows this that Chucky and Tiffany, they got rebuilt again, and Tiffany's no longer burned. She's back to her normal doll self. Chucky, he got shot at the end, which I said, which is thing in this series. They always have the habit of rebuilding the same dolls instead of building new ones. Like I said in Child's Play 2, they took the original burned remains of Chucky and rebuild it instead of throwing that away in the trash and rebuilding it from a new doll. So they take the old doll and rebuild it. And the same thing in Child's Play 3, which he got rebuilt again. I think it was because his blood got into the plastic. And then the Bride Chucky Tiffany rebuilt him, stitched him up. That's why he got that dumb look. And here, well, he didn't get torn to pieces or anything. He just got shot, so he must have repaired the gunshot wounds or something. And Tiffany's back to her normal self. She's no longer burnt. Yeah, this film has like a habit. Well, of course, if that doesn't happen, we have no sequels, So they had to reconstruct the bodies again. But anyway, they have this they shows them where they like in a new movie, like I said, this reporter says this new horror flick, Chucky Goes Psycho, where they kill a guy in a Santa Claus outfit, which is played by Jason Fleming, which I know as an actor. I know who he's been in a lot of films, of course, from Deep Rising. I keep mentioning Deep Rising because I love that movie. Deep Rising, the Jungle Book, another Stephen Sommers film. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Gun Barrels. He's been in other films, so I recognized him. That's only a cameo appearance. He's dressed in a Santa outfit. Well, he's in a fake death because it's a movie set. Chucky's stabbing him, but it's a movie set. So, and of course, then you have Jennifer Tilly playing as herself. What was it that she said? And that wasn't that right there. She's holding the doll. What was it that she was saying? I could have got the role. I could have got the role for Aaron Brockovich that Julie Roberts playing. Could did better at her. Probably should have done without the Warner Bros. She says. I didn't. I once again I don't care. I don't care for Jennifer Tilly. I just don't care whether she's playing Voice of Tiffany or playing herself. Not that good. But whatever he said about that. Well, for the most part, most of the cast sucks in this film, except for Brad Dourif, and even the voice of Glenn and Glenda, Billy Boy, which I never minded the character, except Brad Dourif. I didn't give a rat's ass about the cast. The cast sucks. Even the cast sucks even more worse than Bride of Chucky, because at least Brad Dourif, I like Brad Dourif, and at least I like John Ritter for the little role he had. But this cast sucks even more. So Glenn mails himself to the studio. He finds them, resurrects them with the amulet. Finds that they are now parents because there's a point where they even check. They pull his pants down, saying if he's a boy or a girl. And there is also there's this prop guy who wants to check him out, the back of Tiffany. There's like flesh inside, and she turns her head through backwards, and they tie a wire to the guy's neck, and they both pull. Guy's head pop off like a dandelion, basically. So there's a positives I like. One of the positives I like is it got good gore, which I'll give it. The guy's freaking head pops off and his blood spurts. Even and Glenn doesn't like that. He pisses himself again. So, and they said that they want to stop killing because to raise their kid, but Chucky will he says he will do it, but he has his fingers. I think he has fingers crossed, and he still wants to continue killing. They still want to put the souls into the bodies. Like Tiffany wants her soul in Jennifer Tilly's body, and Chucky wants to put his soul into another person. So they move. They hide in like what was it? Jennifer Tilly's house, and Jennifer Tilly's with Redman. Never care for Redman in the film. They like wanted. I think he was he's a director of the film he's directing. I don't remember. So Chucky wants to get his soul, put his soul into his, and well, and another dumb thing was you have like they want to. What was the thing? They want to get Jennifer Tilly pregnant, but he can't. But I think they can't do it. So, I think they said that they can't get Tiffany pregnant. So, Tiffany wants Chucky to get Jennifer Tilly pregnant, and of course, there's a scene where there's this cameraman, photographer John Waters. He's taking pictures, and he sees in the window Chucky masturbating. Jerking off. That's one of the things I just like. Great, this is what it's come to. You have this character Chucky. I'm holding this one up because I like the poster, the cover of this one. This I would say this character with this you have this character who's like all this badassness of killing people and kills and saying good funny lines in the previous sequels. When we have come to now him basically masturbating, jerking off, basically, which is sad. That's why because it wants to be part. It's now a part comedy, so we're supposed to think it's funny, which is I didn't think it was not funny. It was one of the most unfunniest jokes in the franchise. This character. Killing the doctor in the first one with the electric thing, and killing that douchebag foster parent, which he deserved, or slicing the barber's throat in Child's Play 3. This is what it's come to. It's one of the most unfunniest jokes in the franchise. And I find one bit I was like putting my hands in my face like this, like yeah, this is what Chucky's now resulted doing now. So John Waters takes a picture, and Chucky sees the guy, so he wants to kill the guy so he doesn't see the photograph in the picture. So he secretly wants to take Glenn, so that Tiffany doesn't know. They take Redman's Hummer, and of course another joke where they're driving, and there's this car that pulls out in front of them, and it's supposed to be Britney Spears. Rams her off the road, killing her, car explodes off to the side of the cliff. Yeah, that's a joke. He kills Britney Spears. Ha ha ha. I'm laughing my ass off, yeah. This film just sucks. Well, lucky it's not the worst one in the franchise, because that's gonna be Curse of Chucky, because that was even more. Well, I'll put it this way: they both equally suck. This film and Curse of Chucky, they both equally suck. Put it that way. So then he gets to the guy's place in his photo room. John Waters sees the photo. He sees Glenn. He gets scared. He backs up, and then then acid falls on him, on his face. It's a bad CG effect. And Chucky's like proud of him. They take a picture. Say like Glenn's first kill. Be their secret. And of course, Tiffany. Of course, she doesn't keep her word on it because she does not like Redman. So he's at the dinner table, like cuts open his stomach or also below, and then his guts falls out. Yeah, that's that's a very good gore effect. Seeing his guts fall out. That's a good gore effect. I like that, but gore does not save a movie. When a film sucks so bad, even if it has good gore, it does not save a movie. So yeah, good effect. His guts fall out, killing him. So they hide the body, and then they kidnap Jennifer Tilly's chauffeur or limousine driver who has like a crush on Jennifer Tilly. They both tie him up, and I forget where they're saying that. So they get this like Chucky's semen into Jennifer Tilly, and now she becomes like pregnant like within a day. So I'm trying to remember what happened. Like I said, this film was so forgettable. I'm trying to remember what happened next. Because there's a scene where Chucky tends to throw the knife at Jennifer Tilly, but then the chauffeur gets in the way, and he gets stabbed. And he tells how he really feels about her before he dies. And then, there was the next scene the scene that I like that Chucky says, he's like, I'm tired of doing this. So if it takes all this, if it is it worth that much to put my soul into this one body, I'm just gonna keep on killing people, being who I am. I'm Chucky the Killer Doll. Okay, I like that line that he says. Like, fine, you know what? Okay, I'm not. If it takes so much time to do this, to put my soul into this body, all this time wasted, I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna be Chucky. I'm gonna be how I am. I'm Chucky the Killer Doll, and I'm just gonna enjoy myself killing people. Basically, I'm not saying it's not the exact same line of dialogue, but that's basically how he's saying. Which, okay, I like that. And so then she gets another forgettable character, like Jennifer Tilly's assistant or publicist, I forget. She goes upstairs, and then Chucky thought was Tiffany, who gets like a spray can, lights a match, and sprays it on her, and she sets on fire and falls down off the staircase. And which really not fits really Glenn and dressed like Tiffany, which really reveals, like I said before, Glenn or Glenda, that the kid has a split personality. Glenn or Glenda. He has a boy and a girl, so they name her Glenda so he or she has a split personality, dressing like Tiffany. So, and I forget what happens. Jennifer Tilly gives birth to twins. So they she plans to, since Chucky doesn't wants to remain in the stall, Tiffany still wants to put her soul into her, and then wants to put the souls of both personality of daughter and son into the twins. And I forget what happens. And somehow she something happened. I forget this. I forget what happened next. And she's in the hospital, and Tiffany does the magic chant with the amulet, and Chucky, I forget how he got away somehow, or they thought he was dead. I forget. Like gets the axe and does the rip off of The Shining. Like here's Chucky or whatever. Kills Tiffany with the axe to the head, and then of course you get the stupid crap when Glenn does freaking kung fu, like spin does kung fu, which was silly and ridiculous, silly as hell. And then also he also like kicks Chucky's ass very easily, and then chops it like gets the action chop all his arms, his legs, and his head off. That's how easy it is to kill Chucky now. Like all the times in the sequels, first film, second film, third film, how hard was it to take to kill this character. First film, getting shot a couple times, getting burned. That still wasn't enough to kill Chucky till shooting the heart. Second film, gets his hand ripped off, gets his legs torn off, and then even put hot plastic on him. Is still alive until he gets his head exploded. And then third film, he gets stabbed. He gets his arm shot in the chest. Gets his hand cut off, and finally even gets his face cut off by that Psy in the ride in Child's Play 3. And then by the end of Bride Chucky, he just gets shot, and that's it. So how many times it took to stop Chucky and finally kill him, and now as a result he gets his ass kicked very easily and just gets chopped to pieces, and that's it. Yeah, that was how easy it is to kill him now. And then you find out that it actually worked. Tiffany's soul got transferred into Jennifer Tilly's body because you see her eyes change to green, and the Glenn and Glenda souls got put into the twins. And then it's like sometime later, Tiffany kills the housemaid for no reason. And then it's the twins' birthday party, and Glenn, he gets a birthday gift, and it's past Chucky's arm, which how Chucky's arm gets mailed in the package, or because you see Glenn pee himself again, and the R attacks him, and then it cuts to black, end of movie. I don't know how Chucky's arm got mailed, or how it was nowhere, or how is it still alive. I don't know, and I don't care. Because this movie sucks. S-U-C-K-S. Sucks. This movie sucks. I don't know how many times I'm going to see it. Keep saying because it sucks. Other than Brad Dourif once again doing good as the voice of Chucky, really good, some good gore, and even the voice of Glenn or Glenda, even the character of Glenn or Glenda, the voice by Billy Boyd, which I never minded the voice, and the character itself was pretty decent. To be honest, the whole time watching, well, except for Chucky, Brad Dourif, who does a good job voice-wise, I was really caring for much of the Glenn character, because that was like the only thing in the film I was caring about. Also, except for Chucky, Brad Dourif does good though, but I was caring more. As for the rest of the cast, I cared more about the Glenn and Glenda character more than the rest of the cast, because the cast and characters suck. Jennifer Tilly playing herself, once again, I did not care for her at all. Even playing herself or Tiffany. The other characters, Redman or John Waters or the other characters, I did not care about them at all. Didn't give a rat's ass about any of them. Like I said, the cast of this sucks more than Bride of Chucky. because I never cared about anybody even more than the cast of Bride of Chucky. Like I said, Brad Dourif, he does a good job voice wise, and the voice and the character of Glenn and the voice by Billy Boyd, I actually cared more about any of the characters in the film, except for Brad Dourif. All the other cast members I'm referring to is the character of Glenn I cared more about, because the character and the person who does the voice was pretty decent. I actually never hated the character, and that was pretty decent. I never minded him. And it has good gore, like the head popping off, Redman's guts falling out. Oh, except for the scene of John Waters' face getting burned by acid, which was a bad CG effect. And of course, the stupid crap like Glenn doing the kung fu, or Chucky getting killed very easily. So yeah, Seed of Chucky sucks big time. Chucky's bloodiest and yet most twisted adventure yet is a wicked good time. On the back here, from Michael Jingle from Fangora, Fangora magazine. Bloodiest, maybe I would say blood because the amount of blood I saw in the film, because the head being popped off and blood spurting out, or Redman's guts falling out. I would say like Redman's guts falling out. I would say it's probably the goriest scene. It's probably the goriest kill in the whole Child's Play franchise, which I'll give it that. So yeah, Redman's death is probably the goriest death I've seen in the Child's Play franchise. Because guts falling out, it has to be very gory, and so I would give it that though. But a wicked good time, no. Completely disagree on that. This is not a wicked good time. It was a wickedly bad time. Because this film sucks big time. Has features, including a commentary with the director Don Mancini and Jennifer Tilly. Don Mancini, he wrote. The only thing he was pretty good at was when he wrote Child's Play 1 through 3. But then, of course, he wanted to say it was, because we decided to go to Bride of Chucky, do more of a comedy, because we ran out of ideas. Because he said that Child's Play 3 is his least favorite film, because they ran out of ideas after Child's Play 2 and 3. Don Mancini, I don't mean to say it, but Don Mancini's an idiot. Child's Play 2 and 3 combined beats the crap out of this film and Curse of Chucky, because Curse of Chucky, Don Mancini also went on to direct as well. And it went on to direct a video, not in theaters. So, Child's Play 2 and 3 combined beats the shit out of both Seed of Chucky and Curse of Chucky. Because of its straightforward horrorness and seriousness and more of a dark type, especially in Child's Play 3, had more interesting ideas in Child's Play 2 and 3, and much cast of characters I cared about more than Seed of Chucky and Curse of Chucky. I would say Christina Lease as Kyle in Child's Play 2, or Justin Whalen as an older Andy, or even the girl Kristen in Child's Play 3. Actually, I care more about those supporting, except for Justin Whalen as the older Andy, he's the lead character. But those three characters, I would say, there are better characters and actors than anybody in Sea of Chucky or Bride of Chucky, except for Brad Dourif or the Glenn character and voice of Glenn. But everyone else cast in this film and the other films, Curse of Chucky, they're much better actors and characters than those. So that's my rant on Seed of Chucky. This film, like I said before, it sucks big time. Piece of crap. I'd just rather watch this. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about Bride of Chucky, they never mention Andy. And they don't mention Andy in this film either. Which is one positive I can say about the Curse of Chucky, but I'll get to that. But Seed of Chucky, I would care. I won't give two. You know, I don't give a rat's ass about that film. It sucks so many ways. And it's an insult because, like I said, they want more of a comedy, and you use the results of Chucky, masturbating, jerking off. Where all the previous films, he's like a badass killer, and that was a result of him doing that. Sad. So, that's my review for Seed of Chucky. I'm done with it. I'm stopping right here. I already said my positive things on it, but that does not save the movie, because the film sucks so many times. I forgot a couple of things which I don't care about because it's a completely forgettable film. Anyway, I'm stopping right here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned on the next movie review later. And also, this was the last film for now is Curse of Chucky. Later.